Hello, beautiful soul. Hello, strong heart. And hello, deeply human dreamer. Welcome back to the Soul Health Mentor podcast. And this new episode called Self-Actualization is the new manifesting 51 chapters later, the birthday edition. This is a special episode for me because yesterday I celebrated 51 years of life and looking back at the dreams that shaped it. Over the last few years, I've realized something that has completely changed how I think about manifesting. I no longer believe that manifesting is primarily about attracting what you want. I believe self actualization is the new manifesting. And being German, the word self actualization actually gets used all the time. And the German word is called Selbstverwirklichung. Selbstverwirklichung translates to self-actualization, but it also directly translates to selbst, self, Verwirklichung, which is realization. So it's realizing the potential inside you, realizing the dreams that live inside you, realizing the vision that you hold in your heart and soul that wants to be made real. Because the dream isn't only asking to be created, it's asking you to become the person who can actually live that dream in joy as the richest version of you. And today, I want to tell you about my story of how my realization unfolded over 27 years and how it eventually became what you know now as From Dreaming to Done. When I look back over the last 27 years, I don't just see how my creative spirit trailblazed her own path to create a soul-aligned career and something she was born for. I see a conversation my younger self began long before I had words for the vision I was bringing all the way through. I didn't know that From Dreaming to Done was going to be From Dreaming to Done. My younger self saw it, something, before she could even know what it was or fully hold it. It was a calling from my heart and soul that I was following. And when I was 24 years old, I started a business called Fitness for Body and Soul. Looking back now, I smile because even then, my heart already knew something my mind couldn't yet explain. And even back then, soul was so important to me. Fitness for body and soul. I just knew that my life's work would live somewhere between the body, the soul, creativity, joy, and vitality, feeling fully alive, feeling joyous. The German word for the joy of life is Lebensfreude, which means life's joy. I just didn't know what it would eventually look like or what it would become. I thought it was fitness for body and soul. However, at 27, I dreamed of writing a book. I didn't know what the book would be, what it would be called. I just knew there was one inside me, and I even could feel that there was more than one inside me. It got really overwhelming at one point. A few years later, I dreamed of having a voice in the world, not because I wanted attention, but because I wanted to contribute. I wanted to win big and do good and have a positive impact in the world. I wanted conversations that mattered. I wanted to share what life was teaching me, the wisdom that was coming through me, through my heart and soul. And then life happened, not in a straight line. Right, life rarely does, neither do dreams. I talk about the soul map spiral all the time. And one of the biggest myths we tell ourselves is that if a dream doesn't happen quickly, it must not have been meant to be. My own life taught me something very different. Dreams don't disappear, they wait. Dreams don't have an expiration date, the authentic kind, the soul kind, the heart kind. They really just wait for us to become the person who can finally carry that dream or those dreams. At 46, I published my first book, The Magic of Transformation. At 47, I launched the Soul Health Mentor podcast. And now at 51, I'm preparing to publish my third book, the companion book to From Dreaming to Done. And I'm relaunching this podcast. I'm stepping fully into YouTube. And for the very first time, I can honestly say that my entire body of work finally makes sense to me. Looking at my latest photographs, I don't just see a branding photo shoot, I see completion. From dreaming to done. The books were never random. The podcast was never random. My dreams were never random. The soul art I created was never random. My heart was never random. Even the decades it took was never random. Everything belonged to one larger conversation, one larger architecture. For years, I didn't understand. And I thought I was creating all these separate things, and it was getting quite overwhelming. You know, a coaching practice, books, a podcast, soul art, teaching, writing, speaking, marketing, showing up. Now I can see I wasn't building separate projects at all. I was building one coherent body of work. And the word coherent just means in harmony with itself. People often ask me why I say self-actualization is the new manifesting. And I actually wrote about it. I wrote about it in a compilation book where I shared my chapter, which was self-actualization beyond manifesting. And I shared the story of noticing that my parents were talking about the law of attraction, and they were trying to share this with me and trying to tell me you can have anything you want in life. And as a teenager, I was grateful for the message. It was a great message to get at 11 years young. And it really did plant the seed for From Dreaming to Done. However, as a teenager, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, I was also watching my parents, and I was watching that they couldn't manifest what they so deeply desired. So there's more to it. And that's really what my work From Dreaming to Done is about. It's about seeing the invisible. What are the invisible thresholds that are holding you back? What is the invisible structure inside of you, the architecture inside of you, the way you're built, the way you're showing up, the things you believe, the things you feel, the things you pursue? What motivates you in that internal invisible world that actually keeps you from finishing? And that perception helped me see that dreams don't come true via positive thinking or wishful thinking. I don't even believe they come alive through mindset alone. No way, because if that were the case, everybody would be fulfilling their dreams. One of the things that I mention in my book, From Dreaming to Done, a soul map for finishing what you were born to do, is that if mindset is king, embodiment is queen. And that embodiment part is the invisible threshold. You might know the book that's called Your Body is Your Subconscious. It's the things you don't see that are holding you back. So I believe dreams come alive when we become the person capable of living them, when we become the person that our dream is asking us to be, which includes healing and empowerment work of everything that cannot come with us. Manifesting often asks, how do I get the dream? How do I get the thing? But self-actualization asks, who must I become to hold the dream? And that question changes everything. Eventually, all of these years of my life and all of these chapters became the sentence or the book that I already shared with you, From Dreaming to Done, a soul map for finishing what you were born to do. And soon the companion book is launching July or August of 2026. It'll be From Dreaming to Done, the no drama path to living what you were born to do. Because once you have the map, you also have to know how to navigate the invisible thresholds that live in relational drama and how relational drama can be a saboteur. It can be the thing that literally sabotages your dream being made manifest, self-actualizing your potential. Sometimes when I share my book title, and because society at large kind of thinks, dreams are about productivity or goals or achievements, I have to explain that my book isn't about that. It's about honoring the dream your heart and soul began without abandoning yourself, without performing, and without drama becoming your home. Because I don't help people dream more. I help them honor what their soul has already started. And if you are here in this podcast, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You've held a dream for years, maybe even for decades. Maybe you've even tried starting, but something happened where it kind of just stopped. I call that the layer 4 of the soul map spiral, which is the preservation chamber, the messy middle. How do you preserve a dream when the going gets tough? So this birthday of mine, this 51st birthday of mine, felt very different. Not because of the number, but because I could finally see the whole picture of my life's work. The dreams, the books, the voice, the podcast, the creative studio that is Soul Health Mentor and Company, the methodology, the body of work, and perhaps most importantly, the woman who I had to become, strong and soft, clear and courageous, and more than enough to hold it all. So I realized something beautiful. My younger self wasn't failing and wasn't wrong. She simply saw further than I could walk at the time, which caused me to think that I was failing and that was wrong and that I was late and all those things. But today, I see that that wasn't the case. And instead of asking what dream you want next, I'd love to leave you with a different question. What is the dream you started years ago that has never truly let go of you? What is the dream that you maybe even started, but it kind of just stalled? And look at it from this way today. I don't believe it's gone. Maybe it's just been waiting for you to become the person who can finally carry it all the way home. Because here at Soul Health Mentor Podcast, we honor the dream your heart and soul began, and we talk about the invisible thresholds that stop completion. That is the Soul Health Mentor way. And if you've enjoyed this relaunching, rebirthing podcast episode, I'd love for you to live this Soul Health Mentor way by listening to podcast episodes that I publish. And if you want to give me a birthday gift, I would love for you to write a review. You can do that in different places, in different ways. On the Apple Podcast, you can leave a written review. You can do the same on Amazon Music. And I do love written reviews. They are beautiful to share and to read. They will help other deeply human soul dreamers to find this work, to find this podcast, to find this support, to find this community. You can also leave stars on Spotify, and you actually are able to use the comment feature to comment on this episode. So please share what was your breakthrough, your aha, or maybe even if you're brave and courageous and you want to share with me, what is something challenging that you're facing right now that seems to be stalling your dream? And if you have a specific question for me, please ask it. Ask it, because I will create podcast episodes that are inspired by your questions. And now I have a wonderful birthday surprise for you. If you write that review and you screenshot it for me, you can write the review on Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, or you can leave stars and leave a comment and just screenshot what you wrote and you send it to Nadia at happywholesomelife.com. I will send you a little birthday surprise from my heart to yours. I am so, so glad that you are here. And I am truly, truly grateful to be relaunching Soul Health Mentor Podcast. This is the birthday edition that is kicking off the 51st chapter of my life. And I'm committing to showing up here every week. And I will be publishing on Wednesdays. Thank you. I will hear you, see you in the next podcast episode or here on YouTube. I'm so grateful that you're here. See you soon. Bye.